kell.
I'm a wolf, raised to be the alpha, but trained to follow. Alas, the beast can't be tamed that easily. This wild territory is the perfect den for my kind. A free world where I can roam and explore with no end. But I came here on the hunt, hidden among sheep, focused on their superficial dreams, moving up the food chain step by step before I dominate them all. One target always clearly in my sights: to secure the future with technology others developed but were too fearful to deploy. By tooth and claw, I took this island, and by tooth and claw, I will rule it. The wolf knows when a predator nears. Can a ghost take on the lone wolf? Maybe. Tracking, analyzing, stalking, patiently, tirelessly. But there is no place for the weak and the wounded here. Stand by.
Okay.
Standing by.
In position.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, and welcome back to Ubisoft Live at E3. I'm Madison. I'm here with Grace from Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
Hello.
Thanks for joining me, Grace.
Yeah, pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. So, can you tell us what we're going to be seeing today from Breakpoint?
Yeah, so we are going to be showing you guys the demo that is on the show floor right now. So if you have time to get in line and play it, you can do so yourself. So we're going to be playing through one of the missions in Ghost Recon Breakpoint where we will be rescuing a Skell engineer called Paul Mandera. So we're going to have our 4 Rockstar demoists take us through and show us how it's done, Ghost style.
Very cool. So apparently there are some new features, there are some new weapons. What can we expect?
Well, hopefully we can show it actually going in the game, because I think that's always a lot more fun. So here we've got our Ghost Lead Nomad. We're taking a look at one of our trademark vistas in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. We've got some props on props technology that really makes the environments that much more immersive and realistic for our players.
Very cool.
So as you can see here, they're going down the terrain, and you see that Nomad here is having maybe a little bit of trouble. He's sliding a little bit. So in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, we're going to have slopes and fatigue. So really the environment, as much as it's going to help you with stuff like prone camo, where you can use it to disguise yourself, you also have to be aware of where you're stepping.
Yeah,
because
it looks a little rocky.
Yes, some terrains are rocky. So this is one of the events that can happen in the world. So you see that we've got a patrol going by here. It looks like our team lead has decided to maybe do a little bit of recon first, which is very smart, because you don't necessarily want to engage right away. So it looks like they're going to go past it and then stay unnoticed by the patrol.
So what can you tell me about the world that we're looking at, Grace?
So we are in the island of Aroa. We've got a lot of different biomes for our players. This is just one of many. So we're going to have snow, we're going to have jungle, we're going to have beaches. This is going to be one piece of a very large, diverse area that our players can explore, and we think they'll have a ton of fun. So here you can see Vasily, our sniper, is going to get to a new vantage point. He's going to do some scouting for the rest of the team and maybe spot some of the enemies, which is very good. Good strategy for Ghost Recon is to
all the recon.
Yes,
yeah.
indeed. Appropriately named. And now we're following our Panther Fury. She's a master of infiltration and stealth, so maybe we'll get to see her do something a little bit more sneaky.
I assume she's got all the fun toys to.
She definitely has a fun toy. She has a smoke bomb that she can drop and disappear. It's very cool.
Very.
So it looks like they're sending up a drone to do a little bit more recon here. You can see that you're able to mark your enemies. We've got one there. Ooh, rocket gunner. You're going to want to get that guy out first before he sees you, or else he's going to alert everybody. So you can see they're really taking care to make sure that all of the enemies that they see in the camp are known to all of the team members before they split up.
Great. So how many different kinds of enemies are we looking at?
We'll have a bunch of different archetypes. We're definitely going to have a lot of variety for our players. We definitely want to make sure that when you're doing the scouting and you're looking at them, that you have to sort of think tactically about how you're going to engage them based on what archetype they are. So we have like the heavy, and we've got a big boy drone as well. So our team of ghosts is going to have to watch out for that one. You're not going to want to engage it right away with a bunch of enemies around you. So I think they're probably going to try and eliminate the human enemies first, and then maybe take on the drone.
Yeah, it looks a little dangerous there.
He's heavily armored and got a lot of guns. So they've spotted their target. So they're here to extract Paula Madera. So they've spotted her within the office. So now that they know where to go, I think our team lead is going to do some extra scouting just to make sure they've got the perimeter on lock, and then maybe they'll enter in the compound and see what trouble they can get up to.
They do have a way of finding all the trouble, right?
Well, if they play it stealthy, they might not. You can get in and out. Well, perfect timing for Fury, our Panther. So she is probably the one to go in stealth first, maybe do a little bit of on-the-ground recon. Now we've got our sharpshooter Vasily. He's doing a little bit of overwatch for our Panther, making sure that the rest of the team members are safe. So we see, ooh, nice headshot.
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
Clearing the path.
Yeah, so you see they've got, each class has a gauge that they fill up by doing certain actions that really accentuate the playstyle. So for example, the sharpshooter, when they get headshots, it'll fill up, and then once they have the gauge full, then they can do something special for their class. And we've got one of our big community requests, which is the breaching kit. So now you can get into some fences, which is very cool for us. So Fury has opened up the way, and now her teammates can follow her, or they can go in a different route if they want to. There's tons of ways to approach every situation. So she's going to want to be careful here, be a little bit quiet. We're back to the team lead Nomad. He's going to go into the building. You can see that they're...
He sort of found his own way in.
Yeah. You got to be careful. They're definitely... Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Yes, this is how it's done.
So he's got the assault technique gauge, right? So how many kills does he need to fill that up?
That's a great question. I don't know the specific answer, but it is not that many, because you're just by playing the class, you're able to fill it up on a regular basis, because we really want you to be able to be rewarded for playing that way.
Taking them right out.
Yes. Well, they're definitely playing better than me. I ran in there and I died.
Yeah, this is clearly you need a good strategy here, right? To get
Yeah.
in, get out, remain undetected.
Yeah, we got our pro demoists.
Yeah.
Really show us how it's done.
I'm sure they've played this a couple of times, right?
Yeah, I know.
Sneaking up.
Oh, now you can see our CQC. We've got new CQCs in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. These are brutal finishers for combat. We'll have different sets based on the weapons that you're choosing, and they are, oh boy.
Yeah,
they look like they hurt.
That was nice and intense, right?
Yes. So he's checking around the perimeter, seeing if there are any other hostiles in the area. You can see that there are some civilians here who work for Skeltec. Ooh, looks like they've got some drones up there. I'm not sure what those do, but they look tough. They look beefy, so maybe watch out for those later.
Stay as far away as possible from the time being.
Yeah.
Right?
So you can see they're taking their time to carefully go up the stairs and get towards their objective. Since we did the recon on the outside, we know that she's in the office, and they're going to be able to extract her unless something goes horribly wrong. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Got to check the perimeters.
I gotta say, by the way, this is a nice office, right? For
It
the
is.
middle of the,
Yeah.
you know.
Very, very tech 2.0.
Yeah, it really is. Silicon Valley, right?
Yes. So there is a cutscene here, but we are not going to show it to you because we want to avoid spoilers. So you'll be able to play it yourself and then maybe get a little bit of cinematic.
Yeah,
so
we can't show you everything, right?
No.
Otherwise, there's no fun.
got to save some for later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
So, Grace, you were telling me earlier that there are some classes,
Yes.
right, that for players so that they can hone their skills in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. What can you tell me about that?
So we'll have 4 classes at launch. Our demos are playing 3 of the classes today. So we have the Assault, which is very much your assault. You know, they can go in there. They have mastery over a lot of different weapons. They're able to use their special class skill, which is True Grit, which allows them to they basically like pump up their health and take a little bit less damage, and they're able to be a little bit more enduring in the battlefield. And they also have each of our classes have a special item. So the assault class has the gas grenade. So we're really going to give you the tools you need to accentuate whatever playstyle you want. So then we have things like the Panther, which is, as I said before, the master of stealth and infiltration. So you'll have the smoke bomb, so you can get out of situations or set up situations.
And the cool laser cutter, right? Which
Very
we just
cool.
saw. That was awesome.
All classes can use that. So
Very cool.
unfortunately, not restricted to the Panther. Yay! And then we've got the sharpshooter, which is your sniper. If you've got good skill and good headshots, I recommend that one for you. And then we'll have
Alright.
the field medic as well, which will obviously be a support for the ghost teams.
So really accommodating a whole bunch of different kinds of play
yeah,
styles.
completely. Yes.
Awesome. And I know you had the PvP classes, but now at launch you're going to have the PvE classes, right?
Right.
That's
So
very
in
cool.
Ghost Recon Breakpoint, we have a new feature, which is shared progression. So no matter which mode you play, if you want to play PvE solo or co-op, or you want to play PvP, you're going to be rewarded, and you'll have progression in the game no matter what. So if you want to play a bunch of PvP, then you'll still get items, and you'll still get experience that you can transfer over to PvE. So that's something that we're really excited about.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Also, can we just talk about, you mentioned a CQC, so the close quarter combat, right?
Yes,
That was intense. That was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
reasonably
yeah.
intense moment.
Oh, yeah.
So you were mentioning that there's some new CQCs that we can expect in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Like what exactly can you tell me?
So our team took a ton of care to actually like work with Spec Ops and make sure that we got these animations really on point. So that's why they feel so visceral when you're doing it, is because we've talked to people who have been in the field, and we're like, okay, so how do you get this done as efficiently as possible, right? And a lot of times it's pretty brutal, right? So it's something that we really wanted to sort of amplify that experience of being a Spec Ops, and this being a deadly sort of encounter between you and the wolves. So we want to
Yeah, I think
really...
Chris did a great job of
Yeah.
translating that. I feel that, I feel very much
Good,
that,
good,
yeah,
good.
Yeah, it's an intense
It
moment.
should make you nervous.
Yeah, and speaking of being nervous, the enemy archetypes, right? So we
Yes.
saw some of them as we were scoping with the drone. Can you give me a little more insight on all of those?
Sure,
those
yeah.
cool
So
archetypes?
we've got a bunch of different human and drone enemy archetypes. So my favorite of the human archetypes is the heavy. So he's a heavily armored boy. He is fully like, he's got the helmet on, he's got the full pad. I mean, you see him, he's got a minigun. I mean, this guy is, you see him and you're like,
Is it
oh
a
no.
gun? Is it a rocket launcher? I mean,
It's a minigun, so
it's a
it'll
minigun.
start like firing rapidly, which actually
That's dangerous.
It is, but he fires so many times and then it will heat up and then he has to stop, right? So the weapon cooldown, and that's when you can engage. And that's really the type of stuff that we want to accentuate in Ghost Recon Breakpoint is once you know your enemies, how do you engage with that? So you know with this specific archetype, you have to wait for them to basically overheat their weapon, and then you can engage.
Okay.
And so we have one called the Rusher, which basically has a shotgun and runs up into your face. He's very scary when he starts running at you, and you're like, oh shit.
Very cool.
And then we have other ones like the Drone Caller, which will call drones and stuff.
Yeah, speaking of drones,
We're back in it.
We're back in it. So what are we looking at now?
So right now, after the cinematic, we are with our team lead Nomad. We have decided to. Sorry.
I think we're planting some bombs, right? Looks like we're
Right. So we have talked to the Skeltech engineer, and we know that this facility is dangerous, and the Ghosts have decided that it cannot be in the Wolves' hands any longer. So they are planting some bombs in order to get rid of it before they extract Madeira.
very cool.
Oh,
Staying
what's
stealthy.
she gonna do?
Oh,
Boom! Oh, right in the
right,
ear.
right to the aorta, right there.
Yeah, so now they're gonna clean up the camp as they try and go find those bombs. Yes,
Getting my terminology down.
indeed.
All the CQC.
Ooh, real gamer.
That's right.
So yeah, here we're back with the team lead. They've split off into two groups. We've got Nomad and Fixit. They're both playing the assault class, and then on the other hand, we will have Fury, who's playing Panther, and Vasily, who is the sharpshooter. So here, there's obviously something interesting going on. We're not quite sure what it is, but it seems like they're definitely developing something in this facility, which is why they're destroying it.
So they're planting all the bombs, right?
Right,
They're
so
sabotaging all of
Right, so we've sabotaged our second one, and now we've got one left for our team before they can extract Madeira. So let's see what they do. Ooh,
Just stop with this
that was
shit.
Yeah, dropping the iPad.
a little rude.
A little bruised, right?
Those are expensive. Left for our team.
We're not going to kill the civilians. We're just going to knock their iPads out of their hands, right?
Yeah, move.
Out.
Hope you got Apple Pear.
Tablet down.
And now we found the third explosive, so we're planning that. It is fully sabotaged, and now our team,
Assume it's time to get out, right?
yeah, we've got to go find Madeira,
All right.
get her out, and then blow this joint.
Both literally and figuratively.
Indeed. So, yep, you got to check around all those corners, make sure that enemies have not.
You know, the advantage
Gone
of
in.
nice glass windows, at least. You know?
Yeah, that's very nice.
Keeping it light, can see where things are coming.
So here we go. We can watch this one. We'll get to see as they extract a little bit of a cinematic. Uh-oh.
Of course, the disadvantage of the windows.
Is that they can also see you, yeah. So here actually it's very cool. We have a first glimpse at one of our Wolf lieutenants, Flycatcher. So basically, Walker's not working alone. He's got some pretty badass people who are working with him, and we've talked about 4 of them so far at E3, and this is one of them. And he's a drone specialist, so he's got some nasty drones.
Get back! Get back!
How would you rate her hiding spot?
Let's see, that's I'd say that's a 3.5 on a scale. Maybe not the ideal hiding spot.
I'm sure she'll be fine.
Yeah,
She'll be fine.
yeah.
Yeah, no, she's great. Drones can't see through desks, so
Do they have infrared sensors?
I guess we'll find out.
I guess we will.
No, she's great. Drones can't see through desks, so
Oh,
hell yeah. No
There we
man.
go.
Woo.
To the rescue.
He did it. Team lead always comes in clutch.
Oh yeah. He seems like a handy guy to have around.
He is. Those drones are hard to hit. Even for Ghost. Oh.
Oh.
Looks like Madeira has been hit, unfortunately, but overall still alive, which is good.
Alive is good.
Alive is good.
better.
I hear this, yes.
How bad is it?
There's nothing a shot of tequila can't fix, all right? Listen, we gotta change the
Tequila,
plans.
the universal cure.
We need some help sooner rather than later.
Well, you know, alcohol kills germs. Right?
Yeah,
in this context, right?
Take me to South Cape Station.
I don't have a medical degree, so I'll trust your judgment.
I
on
don't
this.
either.
So we are going to still have to complete the mission. We're going to extract Madeira, but we've run into a little bit of a complication in that she has now been injured. So this is the perfect opportunity for us to showcase one of our new features, which is the carry buddy. So you're able to carry your allies as well as enemies. If you down somebody, you can hide their corpse to maintain your stealth run.
Okay, very cool.
So Nomad, our team lead, is going to be moving a little bit slower now since he's carrying her. So our other teammates are going to have to pick up the slack and really offer some coverage as they move forward and progress. And you saw right before that with the outlines, Vasily, our sharpshooter, used his class item, which is a sensor grenade, which can basically reveal enemies in a certain amount of area, which is very cool and super useful for stuff like this.
Absolutely. It does look like their cover's just been blown, though.
Yeah, it looks like they're engaging. They definitely know that they're there. Flycatcher has alerted the wolves. Got Fix-It over here, taking some good shots. There was a drone around here sometime, so I wonder if they're going to be able to get out without engaging that.
Hopefully they can avoid that thing.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very nice.
So you see there, he can activate his ability if he wants to, or maybe he'll save it for Big Boy Drone if he's around.
Like, for sure.
So it looks like they've got more enemies around. Nice job from our team Ghost. Fury's kicking ass, clearing out the tangos. We've got Fix-It. Oh, there's the drone. Yeah, so you can see here he is heavily armored and heavily armed as well.
Taking cover was the right choice there, right?
Yeah, you're going to want to take cover with these. The drones will have certain weak spots that you can figure out. You see in the space between the plates, you're able to do it. And boom!
Nice
so
shot.
we've got rocket launchers
Very
in
cool.
Ghost Recon now. So
Excellent.
they are good for drones, good for blowing up metal bad guys. So make sure that you got one of those ready to
Shout
go.
out to the art team right there. That is a realistic leg wound.
So Fury just used her smoke grenade to provide some cover for the team as they're leaving, which it's a very versatile item because you can use it if you're in a combat situation where maybe you're getting overwhelmed. You can drop it and then escape, or you can go in enemies and drop it and then do some CQCs, or again you can provide cover. And looks like we've taken them to Explosion Town.
Fantastic.
That was not written. This is a terrible joke. So we've blown up, and now we've got to extract Madeira, and hopefully the Ghost can call this mission complete. All right, Fury's definitely making sure that the backs are covered. Looks like we've got Madeira into the chopper. Nicely done by the team lead.
Fantastic.
Pull her up.
Getting everyone out safely.
Indeed.
Jesus.
Hope they have some tequila on board. Now they can get in the helo and hopefully extract.
I'm awake.
Looks like she's hanging in
But
there.
she's still talking.
Yeah, she's tough.
This is positive.
I mean, if I took a drone to the leg, I don't know if I'd be
really.
talking.
Flycatcher.
Are we getting a nice glimpse of the terrain?
Yeah, you can see more of the vistas I was talking about earlier here. We saw a little glimpse of the poppy fields, which is definitely my favorite area in this part of the demo. And you can see there's different mountains, there's going to be forests, and that is the demo.
Very cool.
So you guys can play this on the show floor, so make sure that you get in line and take advantage of that. And we are also going to have our beta. So we announced it yesterday at the conference. It is starting on September 5th, so make sure you go to the Ghost Recon website or ghostrecon.com/beta and register for your chance to participate.
And then, of course, the game is out.
Yes, October 4th. You can get it on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, the platforms.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Grace. It's been a
Thank
pleasure.
you for having me.
Pleasure chatting and seeing the Ghost Recon Breakpoint up close and personal. Right?
Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and definitely check it out on the show floor, and we are looking forward to seeing your reactions.
Yeah, and we'll have lots more content coming up next, so stay tuned.
Yeah, I don't know that Walker necessarily believes in good and bad. I think it's about, completing the mission. What that entails and what is so necessary is throwing the rules out the window. And that's not something that a Ghost can do. With Walker, he was on the team of Ghosts They'll always be connected as you are with any brothers in arms. There's real desire to make them see your point of view. But I think that that just becomes an impossibility, and lines are crossed that he can never sort of go back from. So I think there's a real sense of conflict with him, and I look for that in any character I play. You know, I didn't really know what to expect in this process, but I've loved it. It's like working on a great film with a great filmmaker. It's like, you know, you're in great hands, so it's like, just do your job and you're gonna be a part of something really special. Well, I mean, I think first and foremost, you gotta get out over the ridiculousness of that fucking suit, man. And that you're doing a scene with somebody who's, you know, got dots all over their face. But, you know, I was surprised that that kind of went away pretty quick. One of the big advantages and major differences is when you have all those cameras going, you have the ability to really just go after the one perfect take, because this is only going to work in one take. If one person drops something, 99% of it could have been perfect. It just doesn't work. There's no hiding. There's no, hey, can we just do this again? You're out there. And there's something great about that. There's something sort of athletic about that I really dig. I come from sports. It's an athletic endeavor to get on stage and carry it for the whole show and be courageous enough to change it up and to trust the moment. And I really dig that. I dig that pressure, and I dig that kind of makes everybody do their best. The folks have really gone out of their way to show us so much of the content that they've already created, so much of the content that serves the story. I deeply appreciate the commitment to authenticity here. The stuff that I'm doing is written by a vet, makes me feel confident in what we're doing, that there's somebody there, there's special forces guys in the room that are right there with us. And yes, it can be things for as sort of like pedestrian and mundane as, you know, how's my footwork look when I'm walking with this certain kind of rifle. We really went into depth with how Walker sort of treats the dog tags of his fellow soldiers and people that he's had to put down, and I think it very much colors the performance. This is not some sort of two-dimensional mustache-twirling villain, you know? He's a guy with real purpose and an emotional depth. I don't mean to give you a kumbaya answer, but I'm honored that I get to sort of have a character like that with Walker. You were walking a thin line.
Available October 4th. Pre-order now for guaranteed beta access.
So this year is the